Hello, dear viewers of White Real News. Thank you for joining us for yet another in-depth analysis of a story that has captivated not just Equatorial Guinea, but the world. Before we dive into this gripping account, we kindly remind you to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it widely. Your support helps us continue delivering high-quality, well-researched content that informs and inspires. Today, we bring you the dramatic and controversial case of Baltasar Ebang in Gonga, a former senior government official in Equatorial Guinea, whose acquittal by the Supreme Court has sparked intense debates about justice, governance, and accountability in public office. Background of the case. Baltasar Ebang in Gonga, a prominent member of Equatorial Guinea's political elite, served as the head of the National Agency for Financial Investigation, ANIF. Tasked with combating financial crimes such as money laundering and corruption, Ngonga's role was pivotal in maintaining the country's financial integrity. However, in 2024, his career came crashing down after two major scandals surfaced. The first involved allegations of corruption and embezzlement related to his official duties. The second, far more salacious, revolved around explicit videos allegedly showing Ngonga engaging in sexual acts with multiple women, including the wives of high-ranking officials, within his office. These videos were leaked to the public, leading to national outrage and calls for accountability. Following his arrest, Ngonga was removed from his post by a presidential decree and faced multiple charges, including corruption, abuse of office, and offenses against public decency. The trial gripped the nation, with citizens eagerly awaiting the outcome. On November 8, 2024, the Supreme Court delivered a surprising verdict, acquitting Ngonga of all charges. Here are the three key reasons for this controversial decision. 3 key reasons for the acquittal. Lack of solid evidence. The Supreme Court determined that the prosecution failed to present sufficient evidence to prove beyond reasonable doubt that Ngonga was guilty of corruption or abuse of office. While the explicit videos stirred public outrage, they were deemed inadmissible as they were leaked illegally, violating Ngonga's privacy rights. Additionally, no concrete financial records were provided to support allegations of embezzlement or misuse of public funds. Procedural missteps by the prosecution. The court identified multiple irregularities in the handling of the case. Investigators were accused of tampering with evidence, and key witnesses claimed they were coerced into testifying against Ngonga. These procedural flaws undermined the integrity of the case, leading the court to question the validity of the charges. A robust defense team. Ngonga's legal team meticulously dismantled the prosecution's arguments. They highlighted inconsistencies in the allegations and presented counter-evidence, including financial audits and testimonies from experts, to demonstrate that their client acted within the bounds of the law. The defense also emphasized Ngonga's distinguished career and his reputation for upholding financial regulations, portraying him as a victim of political rivalry. How Baltasar defended himself. Throughout the trial, Baltasar Ebang Ngonga maintained his innocence and adopted a three-pronged approach to defend himself. Public engagement. Ngonga actively addressed the media and public opinion, insisting on his innocence. His calm and composed demeanor in interviews won him sympathy from segments of the population who viewed him as a scapegoat in a politically charged environment. Transparency and cooperation. Ngonga provided investigators with unrestricted access to his financial records and complied fully with all legal procedures. His cooperation stood in stark contrast to the allegations of corruption, reinforcing his claims of innocence. Legal expertise. Ngonga's defense team leveraged the country's legal framework to expose flaws in the prosecution's case. They emphasized the importance of upholding due process and challenged the legality of using leaked videos as evidence. The role of public pressure and media scrutiny. The scandal surrounding Ngonga not only dominated headlines but also raised broader questions about governance and morality in Equatorial Guinea. Vice President Teodoro Obiang Maang, who initially called for strict measures against officials engaging in indecent acts, faced criticism for his inability to prevent such scandals from tarnishing the government's image. The public was deeply divided over the court's decision. While some hailed it as a victory for justice and due process, others perceived it as an example of elite impunity in a country where power often dictates outcomes. Wider implications for governance in Equatorial Guinea. Ngonga's acquittal underscores critical issues facing Equatorial Guinea's political and judicial systems. Ethical standards in public office. The scandal highlighted the need for stricter codes of conduct for civil servants and better mechanisms to enforce them. Judicial integrity. While the court's decision emphasized the importance of evidence and due process, it also exposed vulnerabilities in the prosecution and investigation systems that must be addressed to restore public trust. Media and public accountability. The widespread circulation of the explicit videos brought to light the powerful role of media in shaping public opinion and holding leaders accountable. However, it also raised ethical questions about privacy and the boundaries of investigative journalism. Conclusion. The acquittal of Baltasar Ebang in Gonga is a case that will be remembered for its legal and ethical complexities. While the Supreme Court's decision cleared his name, it has left lingering questions about accountability, justice, and governance in Equatorial Guinea. At Wide Real News, we remain committed to analyzing such impactful stories and keeping you informed. If you appreciated this in-depth breakdown, please subscribe, like, and share this video. Your support empowers us to continue delivering stories that matter. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more updates and analysis.